I'm being joined now on the news at 10 by Mr. Adeyinka Olumide Fusika, a legal practitioner here in Lagos. Let's just look, take a step back. What do you make generally of the trial of Mr. James Ibori?
Well, no trial has actually taken place. It's to prevent a trial from taking place that this plea bargaining. What has taken place all the while was what you call preliminary matters. Witnesses he decided now to plead guilty to the charges, having initially said he wasn't guilty. So, having pleaded guilty, then what follows is the sentencing tomorrow.
Well, after the sentencing, then what happens? If he's sent back home, is it possible that he comes back home to serve his sentence?
It depends. If I think usually there is some form of treaty between Britain was making arrangements at the time, because they claim you have so many Nigerians in British jail, and they wanted to be sending them back home to serve time serve their prison sentence in Nigeria.
But we haven't started that, have we? Not to your knowledge.
Not to my knowledge. I don't know. Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, if he's going to be tried here, as we understand, the EFCC is also saying that they're also going to pursue, they're also going to be going after him by the time he gets to Nigeria. Although he's pleaded guilty to money laundering charges, could he also be tried back home for corruption and theft, which the EFCC already alleges against him?
Well, it was his trial and sentencing in the UK is based on UK law for offences that he allegedly committed in the UK. So certainly, if he gets back to Nigeria, he can still be tried for the offences the elements of the offences that he committed in Nigeria against Nigerian law. So the question of double jeopardy, having been sentenced over there, not wanting to put him through the same process here again does not really arise, because Britain is not sentencing him they are not sentencing him on behalf of Nigeria. They didn't try him on behalf of Nigeria. They tried him on behalf of the British people for offences he committed in Britain. So if he comes here, if he gets back to Nigeria, he can actually also be tried again. But whether that will happen, don't forget that he's been taken to Nigerian courts before, and he's been released. Some of these charges have been dismissed against him locally here. So I don't know what they will be trying for again if he comes back. Are they going to, if they say they want to try him again in that circumstance, because he's been discharged on this other, then you have the question of double jeopardy coming in now, because he's been taken before a Nigerian court that has discharged and acquitted him on, I think, almost 100 count charge.
Well, looking at Ibori's journey up until this point, what lessons are there, for Nigeria's prosecutors and even the judiciary?
Well, it's sad because we're talking about Ibori being sentenced tomorrow, and a lot of talk and all that. But if you look at it really, you see that there's really no cause for us to be happy about it, because it's the Nigerian system too that has been exposed by this event that has taken place in Britain. If, for instance, he's been tried, made to face the law in Nigeria, he probably would not even have had the opportunity of traveling overseas, so much of being arrested and extradited to UK for another trial. What you learn from it for our prosecutors and people, lawyers generally, he has money and he's engaged the lawyers he has hired over there are quite good. So the question to ask is, how come they've advised him to plead guilty? Because he wouldn't have done that without the advice of his lawyers. They did that because over there, there are rules governing everybody, including the profession, those who practice the profession of law. A lot of the things we do here if you try it over there, I mean, you are playing with your license. All those adjournments, playing games with the judge. When I say playing games, you don't want the trial to take place. You keep on postponing and postponing. Of course, it's informed by strategy too, because the longer it takes, witnesses get missing, witnesses die, documents get missing. You drag it on and on. Some witnesses will lose their memory. Some that have testified before will come back and say, no, I forgot. Maybe I made a mistake. So those lawyers who use that method, they know why they are doing it. So when they drag it on and on like that, nothing. But over there, there are certain things you don't do. And when I say over there, it's not as if these laws are also not here. We have rules governing the legal profession in Nigeria, but enforcement has been a problem. Lawyers, do all sorts, and they get away with it. So because of that, the first, because nobody is enforcing, look at your studio now, how many lights, it's a cluster of lights. If this one gets, off, if it's dead, and there's nobody doing anything about it, this one also gets dead. Before you know it, it becomes a systemic thing, and then the whole thing collapses.